If you're watching this video, you're probably contemplating a divorce, and you may be wondering or even worrying what the financial impact is going to be on you and your family. Hi, I'm Deborah Whitson, mediator and family law attorney. Divorce is obviously an emotional transition, but it's also a huge financial transition for families. Today, I'm going to tell you the three most common financial mistakes made during divorce and how you can avoid them. All right, here's mistake number one, failing to budget for the cost of your divorce. Listen, you wouldn't buy a car or promise your kids a Disney vacation unless you knew the total cost and had enough money to actually afford it. Blindly plunking down some money to retain a divorce attorney without knowing what your likely overall cost will be and knowing ahead that you're certain that you have enough money to pay for it is frankly reckless. So ask your attorney to estimate your total cost and be sure to ask about lower cost options such as mediation or collaborative divorce, because litigated divorces can end up costing way more than you imagine or more than you can handle. And even if you are a high net worth family who can afford an expensive litigated divorce, wouldn't you rather use your family's money to put your kid through college instead of your lawyer's kid? Here's mistake number two, believing you can keep the exact same standard of living that you now have. Look, this is just mathematics. In a divorce, your total household wealth from income and assets is what is called the marital estate. So let's say your marital estate is worth $500,000. Now, let's assume that marital estate is divided equally between you and your spouse. Each of you now have only $250,000 to support your new separate household. There's simply no way that you can have a comparable home and support the exact same lifestyle with only half of the wealth. You can avoid the mistake by setting realistic expectations about your post-divorce life and your post-divorce finances now upfront, so you don't end up spending money in pursuit of an outcome that is not likely. And trust me, after you recover from the divorce and are enjoying your new life, you'll eventually rebound financially. Mistake number three, the house. Approach your decision about whether you want to keep the marital residence from a practical perspective. I get it. There might be lots of emotional reasons why you want to keep the house, but get really clear on whether you can afford to keep the house. And I'm not just talking about mortgage, taxes, utilities, and insurance. You have to also consider whether you can afford the repairs and maintenance on an ongoing basis so you can protect the value of that asset. Also, be careful about having all or most of your personal wealth tied up in a single piece of real estate. It's smart to make sure that you have some liquid assets, say, for instance, a money market account or some savings account, that you can tap into when you need quick cash for unexpected expenses or emergencies. So we've covered only three of the most common financial mistakes people make when they're going through a divorce. For more information, click the link below to download our free planning guide for people considering divorce.